Another large-scale endeavor that takes place downtown Vincennes is the Vincennes Historical Half-Marathon. Here today to talk with me about that is Allie Bobe. Thanks for joining me, Allie.
Thanks for having me.
I'm happy to bring you here to help explain how the race truly benefits the entire community. So tell me about that.
Yeah, we are actually approaching our 5th year for this, call it the Vincennes Historical Half-Marathon. And it just started out as a dream to bring more fitness events downtown, bringing more people together, and then also raising money to give back to the community in any way. And that's also the great thing about Uplift Knox County, which is our group that helps put on, as you're a part of as well. It's kind of hard to make it black and white where we give our money to, and that's kind of what we felt like there was a need for in the community. And so that's what we're so excited for with the half. Raises so much money for us to pick and choose all of the great organizations that we can help advocate for and raise money for.
Right. So you said, pick and choose. How often are you giving away money to things and organizations in the community?
Yeah. So with our group, we actually give out a quarterly grant of $1,000. So that's always one of our favorite meetings. We have an application online on our Facebook page where nonprofits can apply. We usually allow them to apply once a year. And we bring them to our meetings so we can learn more about them. We can help advocate for them. And in addition, we also keep our eyes out for different community improvement projects, different things that may need extra help, and that we feel serves our mission of bettering the community.
Right. So it's called the Vincennes Historical Half-Marathon, but there's a half marathon and a 10K, right? And
Yep.
a 5K?
Yep.
And a new race this year, right?
Yeah, so we are very excited to bring this one on. We're actually bringing on a free buddy run. So we have our kids run as well, which is also free. But this year, we just wanted to add another element to make our race more inclusive. And I think you and I both kind of have a special place in our heart for that community. And it's just, like we talked about, something easy to bring on to our race that can really make a huge impact of giving these kids something really fun to do, but also just exposing the whole community to, how we can all have fun together and grow the community together.
Right, yeah. I think, like you said, it gets just even more people involved, which is what you're trying to do, is make it this huge community event and make it inclusive. And it's a quarter mile, and so then they get to run a little bit. Now, they can bring their own buddy, right? Or is one provided if they need one?
Yeah, so they can bring their own buddy if they feel comfortable with having somebody they know, but they can also reach out to us, and it's on the registration how they can contact us. But we'll have volunteers ready for them to have buddies if they need them. And yeah, at the end of the race, they get a medal the same as everybody else. They get the same t-shirt as everybody else. And like you said, it kind of just reaches our goal of, it's not about who's the fastest. I mean, we love to acknowledge those people as well, but it's just, how can we bring everybody together, show them how exercise can be fun? And, you've been there every year. It's just such a positive environment. Everybody's in such a great mood. And, involving as many people as possible is kind of something that we really, really shoot for.
Right, and I think it is certainly bringing in not just the community, but surrounding areas and even farther, right?
Yeah.
So I think that you get runners from several states, and I think that, as opportunities grow, that's only going to continue. So you're going to get families and children coming from farther and farther away. But where's the farthest you've ever had somebody come to the race?
I think we had somebody, this was during the solar eclipse year, but we had somebody from Alaska sign up. We've had someone from Colorado. Every year we actually average 10 states, at least 10 states represented for the race. We're already at 8 for this year. And we usually don't see the big spike in our registration until closer to the race. So yeah, it's a super cool thing to witness and to meet people that come. I remember last year we had a couple from South Carolina, and they were just talking about how they're trying to complete a half marathon in every 50 states, which there's actually a group that does that. Nancy Emmons from the area, she has 2 more left to complete all 50 for herself. But I met them, and they just said, when they were looking at the map of all the races in Indiana, it just stuck out to them that this is Indiana's first city. They saw the pictures on our website, they saw the pictures on our social media, and they just saw how much character, how much fun we had. And when I followed up with them after the race, they said it was one of their favorite races, and it was really special. And I think that Vincennes, we always talk about, you learn about how historic it is your whole life, but it really is special. A lot of towns say how historic they are, but we have so many unique things here. And I think it's kind of hard to remember that sometimes when you live here, but it's really special to the people that visit. And I think the race has been a great opportunity for people to come to Vincennes and see what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. All those people that are coming to run the race, they're coming here. They're staying the night, at least one. They're coming and they're eating at our restaurants, and they're visiting our shops, and they're getting to see what Vincennes is all about. And I think the race is a good thing to bring them here, but then hopefully they like it and just come back, come back on their own and visit, or come back every year to the race. And that's just bringing, this new group of people that would have maybe not ever come to visit.
Absolutely.
To the town, and that's getting the outside community involved, but I think you're also doing a push right now to get the town community involved, right? Along the race path, along the water stations. What are some ways that community members, if they're not wanting to walk or run it, but they want to just be involved, they want to just support the runners, how can they do that?
We definitely have some ways for that. Number one is just, you have a business or organization that is looking for a way to market. We're accepting sponsors, and we're a group of business owners, business leaders, and recognizing our sponsors is just something that we really focus on, and making sure it was worth their time and their resources. But also, a lot of people don't realize our race takes over 100 volunteers. So when we're talking about how many people are down there, it's not just the people that sign up for their race. We have over 100 volunteers each year. And so this year we're bringing a program because our goal is to support local nonprofits, local organizations. We are giving kickbacks to any of the nonprofits that commit to volunteering with us. So for every 5 runners, nonprofits can receive $100. For every 10, $200. We're also looking for water station sponsors. We pretty much provide everything. We just want somebody to work it and, become a cheer block for the race, but that can also qualify for a $100 kickback as well. And so usually we have no problem getting people involved, but we just feel like this is such an easy way to immediately kick back to the community for their help, for their time, and just for their part in the experience of making the race super fun and awesome.
Yeah, so like you said, that could be any high school group that's looking for fundraising opportunities. They come and they volunteer at the race, up to adults, right? So any volunteer group,
can be
any
teams,
nonprofit,
bands, it can be churches, anything like that. And I always let people know they can wear whatever they want. They can bring music, they can bring signs, they can bring whatever they want to not only advocate for their personal organization, but also just drive that experience for all of the runners. Right. Because I know whenever I do races, those people stand out to me, and I remember them, and it really makes it special for me. And so I always let them know that as well, because they can make it what they want it to be.
Right, and that makes the route more fun, right?
It does,
It makes it more interactive, because 13 miles is
That's a long time. Yeah, it's a long time to run.
So that gives those groups opportunity to cheer people on along the route. Now, where all does the route go? What if someone's watching this and they think, I've kind of wanted to see different historical spots, but I've never really had a good route. Where does the route take them, and what will they see?
Yeah, so the route goes pretty much, we try to check almost all of the historic sites. That's our theme for the race, but we go on the Riverwalk, we go in front of Grouseland. That's a special time as well, because we always have volunteers dressed up at that spot. So we go there, the French Homes, we go through VU, by Red Skeleton, the Memorial, of course. And my favorite part is the race starts on the Memorial Bridge. And so I think I'm missing some places. We go through historic downtown, but as a runner myself, and my brother Joe, he helps do the route as well. The route is very important to us, and so we like to think of ourselves, like if we're going on a run, how can we stay entertained? How can we stay engaged? And yeah, we're hitting all those spots, and it's a pretty cool route.
Yeah. Well, this sounds like a fun time, and like you said, 100% of the money raised goes right back to the community.
Yeah.
And so it's just a party that's raising money. Where you also have to run. No.
Run or walk, yeah.
Or just cheer everybody
or
on.
cheer
right?
people on.
Right. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Allie.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
To keep up with the race on April 18th, tune in to the Blazer 91.1 for live coverage from the national anthem all the way to the finish line.